How men view sex. 4 things you need to know as a woman, whether you are single or married. Number 1, sex for men is physical. Sex for men begins in the body. It is driven by testosterone. When kids, young men, are in their late teens and in their 20s, the slightest provocation leads to an erection. Some of them even wet in bed. But you see, for women, sex is emotional. It includes taking time with the lady, telling her sweet things, affirming her body, touching her, and that takes time. So single ladies, sex with a man doesn't necessarily mean he loves you. He may be satisfying his physical requirement. So the safest thing for you as a single lady is to wait until your wedding night. Otherwise, you're likely to misinterpret the man that he loves you, sleep with him, and he moves on or drops you down. So a man can be dating girl X and sleeps with girl Y, because for men, sex is very physical. It's about what's happening in his body, not about his love for you, not necessarily his love for you. You are safest waiting until your wedding night. For the married women, just know this: when your husband sees you naked, especially when you're coming from the shower fresh, that triggers his entire body chemistry. Seeing you naked triggers a chain of reactions in his body. You know, at night when you go to bed as a woman, sometimes you just want to sleep. A kiss is good, cuddling, a little bit of massage, and sleep on his chest. For the man, he's shocked. He wants to go all the way because the kiss again triggered him. You know, the most satisfying night for a man is when the woman initiates sex in bed. That's the time you drive your man most wild. Disclaimer: a fight before bedtime, a fight before intimacy can drastically destroy his sex appetite. So we need to keep those emotions nice, sexy, and cool. Number 2, sex for men is a need. It's not a want. It's not a by the way. You see, it's one of the non-negotiables. It's a hunger that he needs to satisfy. He feels entitled to sex, especially if this is a mature man, he's earning, he's working. He does not want to exercise self-control. He doesn't even know why he should wait or postpone. Because for him, one of the core reasons he got married was his sexual needs. You see, for women, sex is okay. Sometimes, in certain days of the month, the woman needs sex. But for the most part, it's just okay. Now, men don't operate in those cycles. 24/7, 365 days a year, the man needs sex. You need oxygen. You need to breathe. The man needs sex. I'm talking about healthy, normal, mature men. That means if your man doesn't need sex, there is an issue, unless he's too old. There is an issue that needs to be addressed, perhaps medically or through therapy, because generally speaking, men need sex. What does this mean to you as a single lady? For a man, sex is about his need, not your needs. His one need, not your million needs. You have emotional needs, you have relational needs, you have financial needs. You want to connect with him, you want to spend time with him. And that's why, as a single lady, I suggest today, meet in public places, in shopping malls, in restaurants, in parks. Don't invite the guy in your house. Don't go to his house, because the moment you are with your boyfriend behind closed doors, all that is going on in his head is sleeping with you. So why do you want to fix him? He wonders, why did you invite me into your house if you don't want us to go all the way? If you don't want me to touch your boobs and then go all the way, why invite me? But even more importantly, much more importantly than provoking this guy sexually, is for your own goals. For your own goals. Why do you want to invite a man behind closed doors and then begin to negotiate why you should wait until your wedding night? It's illogical. So the best place is to avoid meeting in private places so that you can enjoy your sex life the day you get married, where there is emotional security, where you are guaranteed this guy means business and he loves you. For the married woman, realize this. Sex for a man cannot be postponed. Do you postpone your needs? When you're hungry, you want to eat now. Unless you're fasting. You don't go a single day without eating. So how do you expect him to postpone his needs? Do you postpone your breathing? Do you postpone dressing? Do you postpone eating? You go for 2-3 days without eating and you're not fasting? Let me say this. While sexual intimacy in marriage is not a guarantee against infidelity, the Apostle Paul says, when couples, married people have healthy, consistent sex, it reduces sexual immorality. Check it out in your devotional time, 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 1-5. When you are consistently having sex as a couple, it minimizes the chances of anyone cheating in marriage. So lady, before you complain that your husband is going out, first introspect, self-examine. Could you be the cause? Could you be the reason? First, fulfill your marital duty before you complain. Please don't misquote me. I am not suggesting that there is any justification for a man to go out of wedlock or for a woman for that matter. There is never any justification for extramarital affairs. But the fact remains, and it's biblically supported, logically sound, that if there is no sex in marriage, if your marriage is sexless, both of you are tempted to satisfy that need elsewhere. And that's why by law and by scriptures, a sexless marriage ought to be dissolved. Unless their health grows, in which case you need to address them as a matter of priority. Number 3, sex for men is a sign of respect. You see, for women, sex is a sign of love and relational security. As a married woman, if your husband does not want sex with you, you feel unwanted, rejected, dejected. You feel maybe you're not beautiful enough, or at least not beautiful for him. So when a man reaches out to you, you feel appreciated, you feel wanted, you feel cute, you feel beautiful, you feel sexy. But for a man, it's a sign of respect. It's not necessarily a sign of love. He feels entitled to your body in marriage, and rightfully so by scriptures. Rightfully so. So realize this as a married woman. The most rewarding experience for your husband after a hard day is sexual intimacy. When you reach out to your man after such a difficult day in the marketplace, you are encouraging him to continue delivering, because sex triggers energy for a man, and that energy is also invested in his place of work. So lady, if you want your man to perform in the marketplace, perform in bed. If you want your guy to continue being productive, hey, be exciting in bed. Don't deny him sexual intimacy. Every sex hint is a hit on the male brain. When a man comes home, every sexy hint, every innuendo, every dressing, every smile, every sexy smile, every sexy dressing, every sexy flirtation is a hit on the male brain. It is like telling him, come baby, come, I'm ready for you. And it doesn't just trigger sexual energy, but even work energy. And you even boost his immune system. You minimize any possibility of depression. You work on his mental well-being simply by sleeping with him. You release another hormone called oxytocin. It's triggered, it's activated in his body and in your body, that bonding hormone. He feels wanted, needed, respected, loved, appreciated. Number 4, sex in men is triggered by sight, by what they see. For women, sex is triggered by hearing. So for a woman to be triggered sexually, she has to hear she's beautiful, she's cute, she's dressing well, her butt is in good shape, and her breasts are nice. She has to hear that. She fixes good dinner, she's doing well in the marketplace. She needs to hear that, and that takes time. That's why it takes time to build up a woman's sex drive. It takes time to build up. For the man, it's instantaneous. It's what he sees. What does that mean to you as a married woman? Make sure you do your bed nicely. At your bed, remove those sweaty bed covers and bed sheets. As men, we sweat a lot at night, especially if there was a hot party. It heats up our bodies and we sweat. So please make sure your bed is fresh. Dress hot. A lot of women dress well out there and they dress carelessly at home. Make sure you dress hot at home when you're watching comedies together. And when you go to the bedroom, make sure your underwears, your lingerie is good and hot and sexy. That triggers the man. Smell nice. Perfume yourself. You see, for a man, sex is body-centered. If you have space in your bedroom, just have some 2 couches and a nice coffee table for your herbal tea before you sleep. If that's what you take personally, I take chamomile tea before sleeping. And that time, don't wear other clothes, just your lingerie, just your underwear, sexy ones, because that triggers your man and he gives you sweet stories, which prepares you for the party. You prepare each other. Now, let me give you some serious don'ts, some 2 don'ts. Number 1, pornography is a major don't. Some women are funny. They watch pornography with their husband. This is the quickest way to destroy your marriage. When you watch porn with your husband, he begins to admire the women he's seeing and he wants to go for them. Why do you want to destroy your marriage as a woman? If you or your husband are addicted to porn, I have done a video on how to get out of porn addiction. You need to watch it together because porn is dangerous for your marriage. The second major don't is stripping club. There are women who take their husbands to strip clubs. How, in the name of common sense, can you take your man to a strip club? Strip clubs should be closed down. They just destroy marriages. When your man goes to a strip club, he begins to admire those women. He begins to imagine how it would feel like just touching them. If you are not in the strip club that night, he will start touching their butts. I guarantee you that 100%. He immediately begins to erect. You should never do that. And trust me, if you take your guy to a strip club when you are away and when he gets a widow, he will go there alone. And if he has the money, he will sleep with one of those girls. Why should you introduce your husband to prostitution and then complain later? You know, I have a book I wrote, 60 sex questions people ask me. I have written about porn, masturbation, adultery, fornication, extramarital affairs, sex toys, all those questions people ask, anal sex, oral sex, all these things, the most common questions people ask me about sex. If you're able to get this book, I think it's gonna be an exciting read. It's available in Amazon.com. If this video helped you, please give me a comment. Let me know your thoughts. Share your comments in this video. And please, please, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's the best way to support me to keep inspiring you. Thank you so much and God bless you.